Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Wild&Wingless. Tonight, I've got with myself Tyson, the Australian champ. Tyson, how are you?
Good, thanks, mate. How about yourself?
Mate, I am kicking goals. I'm kicking goals. Man, it's coming down to the wire. The car behind you's got the A1 on it, and you're going to have to defend it very shortly. But going into how your form's been lately, you'd have to be one of the hottest guys on the track at the moment with your form work, don't you think?
Yeah, I hope so. Like, it's just been one of those things where we didn't have probably the best start of the season that we really wanted. But like, it's good to finally get some form. I think that's like, yeah, a lot of it's come down to just me calming down a little bit. And then yeah, just Normie's obviously got the car real dialed in. He's found some things lately that's been really handy, and so it's just a matter of keeping our nose clean and just trying to be consistent. Really, like that's what the whole title is going to come down to. It's what every title comes down to. You just need to be there at the end.
Yep. Well, actually, let's have a chat about it. How has your Australian tour been so far?
It's been educational. It's been character building. So yeah, like it's come with a lot of sacrifice, and like relying on a lot of people behind me and like my whole team and stuff like that. And so it's been good. It's been really cool to like race so many new and different tracks and race so many different people. It's sort of like not something that we're able to do very often, and it feels like I had to sort of make sure I was on my game every time we rolled out because everyone at all their local tracks have like their track specialists and stuff like that, and so it made it entertaining for us, frustrating at times, but I think yeah, all in all, I'm pretty happy. Like we were consistent. There's nothing wrong. Like there was nothing wrong with that. We're always sort of when I finished at the pointy end, but it was just through a lot of like sort of my errors caused a lot of like the complications I guess we had along the way at certain and different race meetings, and so we learned a lot. But that was a part. That was the whole deal of it, and that was a part of it. So it was sort of a challenge for me, and like I just wanted to try and do the right thing by the number and run it sort of everywhere around Australia, and at least say that I tried, and if I'd either like succeed or fail, but I'd die on the hill knowing I tried.
Yeah, well, I mean, you kicked off the start of the year for the state titles. Obviously, being the home on South Australia, try and win that back. And
So
that.
no, we started in Darwin.
Oh, sorry, I'm wrong. You're right. I was up working there. That's right. You're up there too. Yeah. Sorry, you
Yeah,
started in Darwin. My bad. And it sort of that wasn't too bad. Like I think that was a hard race, hard weekend for you. But
yeah, it was sort of um, yeah, I guess like not having like the standard, I guess, club shows you go to shake the car down and stuff like that. It's sort of me being me, I tore the whole car down and then like rebuilt it from the ground up again. And then you go up there and like there's so many fast cars up there, and like between like Blake, who's up there every year and just has that joint figured out, and then you throw in like Casey and Cody O'Connell,
yeah,
just Casey was in such dominant form and like really set the bar all sort of both weekends, and so made us really dig and try and work some things out. It was just yeah, it was cool to race on North Line because I'd only ever race on there in a go kart, and it's not the same. And then when we went up there, it's sort of right. Like the dirt is just weird. Like I guess we felt like we were always behind the eight ball
yep,
because you go out there and it's similar to like what you'd expect at home, like for heat one, and then just like when you roll out, you like make some minor changes and stuff like that, and you go out for heat two, and heat two's like what you'd normally run in a feature, and you're already like behind, and so like you're already too free, and then like because it just like blows off so much, and
yep.
then you go out there for the feature and you change a little bit more, and I guess I played it safe the whole time, and so like we probably didn't take big enough swings because like Normie and I were just doing like what we normally do and just setting our normal sort of changes and trying to methodically work it out. And then by like the last night we were throwing the kitchen sink at it. I was trying to do everything in the power to put grip in the car, like just doing all these radical things I'd never done before just to chase grip. And so, yeah, it was good. It was a bit unfortunate. Like, it's sort of, I guess it was like kind of hard. Like the final night, I finally found like we had some speed. Like the first night, we were pretty good, except I just tried to like bang the wall down and like bent a rim and everything in the process, which was awesome. And then we were sort of mediocre, and then I really felt like we come into our strides on the final night. But yeah, I don't know. I just had really shit luck in those dashes, and then I'd like top point scorer, and then I just dropped back in the dash. But then like the final night, unfortunately, like I just lost it in the corner, and like Blake tagged me, and then it sort of span all the way out, and so then that put us to the rear in the dash, and then the track went locked down on the bottom, and so then it was just like you're unable to pass, and it was like frustrating because we'd finally thought that we'd found something, but then it was all just like one lane, nose to tail, couldn't do anything.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, I thought you did well up there for your first time. You definitely looked like you were going to show a threat. And then after that, you went to South Australia or Mildura for the South Australian title, and that didn't go your way. And I started seeing there, well, we both didn't have good weekends there, but I started sort of noticing you there. And actually, I took a photo. I don't know where it is now, but it was of you actually working on your car. It's a lot of things people don't see. You was an Australian champ, 2-time state champ. You actually are very hands-on with your car. You sort of do a lot of things around it. There's not many nuts and bolts on that thing that haven't been Tyson checked and approved before the car runs. And I thought that was good. Like a lot of people don't see that, but yeah, when instead of you out there looking at the track, you were just trying to get more speed out of that car. And that weekend didn't work out for you. And I started to sort of think, is he putting too much pressure on himself? Like are you fighting the battle within? You know what I mean? Like we all sort of do it when we start doubting ourselves. And I'm thinking, man, you got that big number one on that tail tank. It looks shiny, it looks smick, but how's this going to end for this Australian tour? Like, because that was, I mean, look, you went into that Mildura almost heavy favourite, like.
Yeah, it was. Mildura was frustrating because we had everything was fine, and like the typical wingless deal. Like we started in the shed, all ran sweet, loaded up, rolled it out, went to go start it, wouldn't start in the pits, and I was like, cool. So then thought it was a battery, wasn't a battery. Thought it was starter motor, wasn't starter motor. I can't even remember what it actually was in the end, but it was like we'd been through like a heap of different things and tried to work that out. But I think it's like super important to be hands-on, like because at the end of the day, like you've got your whole crew around you, and like I trust Normie with setting up the car with my life, and like I know that like I touch and like put everything together, but like Louise and Naomi and Dad and everyone else would have like double checked everything before we go out there. And so as a driver, I think it's important to know your car because then you actually understand how things work and what's happening when you're out there. You're able to sort of like be a little bit more critical thinking of like what's happening. And if something goes wrong on the track, and like there's no disrespect to like the just track volunteers and stuff like that, but they don't fully understand our cars. And so if you're able to understand and able to articulate what you think the issue is, say if something happens, or like say if there's been plenty of times where your computer rattles loose or something under the dash, and so if you're able to actually understand the car and what happens when things fail, and you're able to articulate to an official, that may be the difference between you DNFing a race and being able to actually be in it.
Yeah.
And it's like all that goes a long way. As for the pressure thing, that's yeah, boy oh boy have I spoken to a lot of people about that. I guess it's hard because you don't understand it, that like you're subconsciously putting pressure on yourself. like from the outside, my mentality was like, oh, I like, yeah, you have an expectation with yourself to do well, and like, the car can do it, and your whole team is working 100%, 110% to make sure you can do it. Like, everyone's trying, and so then it's like you almost want the responsibility to fall on yourself, because you don't want you like, for me anyway, if anyone's gonna let me down, I really want it just to be me that let me down.
Yeah, yeah,
Um, and I think at the moment, in the moment, you don't realize how much pressure you're putting on yourself. And I think I've done this in the past. It's not just now having the big A1 on the tank, but it's like, it's hard to actually stop and reflect on that. I don't think I truly understood it until probably coming back from Tassie, um, because Lou flew home, and so I did the whole drive from Tassie just
wow, that's a long one.
on my own,
Yeah,
no radio, just in my own head.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, and there's been so many people that I've been very appreciative of to actually talk to about this, and just, I guess, pick their brain. A lot of people that's been in similar situations and things like that, and yeah, like, between like Louise, Dad, Normie, um, the list goes on of people who I've spoken to about it, and just like being very supportive. And I guess it's like, yeah, it's a hard thing, because I know we don't live. I know we don't race high limit, but like, I essentially treat it like it's high limit. Like,
you have
this
to.
is what I can do,
Yeah,
and so if I can do this at the best of my ability, like, I will. And so I'll I'll sort of expect the world of myself, because like, at the end of the day, I want to do this properly, and I want to do this well.
yeah. No, I hear what you're saying there, and it was just I thought. Well, I mean, I put you down as one of the favourites for Mildura. You know, it's what you did the Australian title, what you were almost going to achieve at the WoW series there. It's just you're dynamite around that track. You know what I mean?
One of the ones that got away, because I think, what happened in the heat, because we won the first heat, then we did something happened in the next heat. Oh, did my wheel come off? I think.
Your wheel come off?
Yeah. The right front wheel, no, the left front wheel come off, because I said the right front in the video, and everyone corrected me. I remember that very vividly. But
Yeah,
um,
right.
yeah, Ryan Broom was hot on that.
Yeah, he's good
Anyway,
like that. He's good like that.
oh, he's
Yeah,
so quick witted. Um, yeah, the left front come off, and that's when I had, not 100% sure, there was like a hub issue, and so then that DNF'd us, and we come from the B, maybe the B, I reckon. We made it all the way back up to third. Um, yeah, it's like one of those what could have been
yeah.
type deals. Yeah, because I mean, Luke Wheel was leading that, wasn't he?
Up until unfortunate. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, anyway,
So yeah, but then you went down to Tassie. I think it should have been after South Australia. Should have been Queensland. I thought, but that
yeah, that
didn't
got
go ahead.
rained. No, oh, it didn't get rained out. Low car count.
Low car count. So you went
Don't
down to
quite know
Tassie,
the
and
issue there.
I was interested to see how you're going to go down there because I love the boys down from Tasmania. They're all a bunch of great guys. And I was very fortunate enough that race was on Clayview, so I actually was watching it. And I'm pretty sure I messaged you halfway through that meeting to say, like, hey, man, chin up, eyes forward or something like that, because I think you got into it with Ricky Tarrant.
Yeah,
And that,
it's like, yeah, that was like one of those. Uh, yeah, I think that was like one of the deals where it comes back to like, um, the subconscious pressure, and the assumption that, like, I almost had in my mind that everything was like urgent.
yeah,
And so, like, we did super well in the first heat, and like, looking back on it, Ricky didn't finish second in the first heat. So even if I just sat in behind Ricky, I would have been on pole for the feature. But yeah, it's just one of those deals and learn. Like, felt awful for Ricky, but
Yeah,
um,
yeah, top
I
bloke.
can't.
But
Um,
it was interesting when I had the other night when I had on the panel Brett Island and Brad Warren. And Brad Warren actually made a point of it, mentioning that he sat you down over a few beers and told you just to
yeah,
cool it. And I
I got
thought that
the
was
big
pretty cool because
I got the big Uncle Brad debrief. So
good,
yeah,
nice.
so I think yeah, we spoke about it on the night briefly, but then yeah, he was a few cans deep, and so um, he had his own form of debriefing going on.
Yeah,
But then I think on the actual drive home, he rang me and we had a chat, and it was like it was good. Like yeah, he just like long story short, told me to stop being a muppet.
well, I
Like,
mean, when I heard that, I thought that was really good because, like, a lot of people, I don't know who speak to you before, after, whatever, but I just like the fact that our wingless community, our drivers, they're all in communications. Like, you know, when I spoke to Ryan Broom, for example, he mentioned how he's often been with you. He's sort of hanging out with you and all the rest because you guys are
mm,
both in Adelaide. And there was that camaraderie. And there's a lot of guys there who we may be in different states, but a lot of us are just a phone call away. I mean, me and you have spoken when I've been away on site working, and I think that's really good that the community can do that and be back each other. And we were
mm.
talking about this before, how like how much do us in the industry back one another when we should be, rather than watching or watching from the sidelines and not showing the support. And it's like, why? Like, if someone's doing a
Yeah,
great
it's
thing,
sort of
let's congratulate them rather than
it's like I guess it's a combination of a lot of things. Like you sort of I think I think a lot of the time, like it's not to say that I haven't done this. Like I think everyone's guilty of it at some point, but you sort of you're striving to be the best when, and so sometimes it's hard to stop and look at a high level view and go, well, if you support other people in other races, they're going to get fast, which is faster or better, which is going to make your life hard. Don't get me wrong,
yeah,
and like we all hate our lives getting harder, but the like the broader thing that comes from that is then it gives you someone to chase, and so someone's become better, and as a whole, that lifts the whole category. It lifts everybody.
yeah. No, I hear you, man, and I'm glad
Yeah.
that Brad felt felt the need to reach out to you and do that, because I'm going to tell you something now. The Tyson Martin I saw roll through the gates here at Goulburn was the old Tyson I remember seeing at the Australian title. Like, when I saw you there, I don't know, there's just something about you that night. You were just firing all cylinders. You were going well. Um, I'll try not to tell everyone about the secret weapon you put on your car before the feature that helped you go through and get that New South Wales #1. But that was awesome. You got that New South Wales #1. First time you won a state championship outside your own state. And then you just started rolling from there. Off you go down to Premier for the Victorian state title. And hey, like, yeah, Brett Island said it perfectly. On a track like that, to pull out that lead, like, wow. And it was amazing. It was
Yeah,
incredible.
it's like, and that's not just me though. That's like I'm the lucky one that gets to drive the car, but like at the end of the day, it's a massive team effort. Like Normie sets that car up for me to give me that ability. Like Louise Louise constantly like is just sorting everything out in the rest of my life and making sure like everything's sort of easy for me on race days and stuff like that. And she's like, every time we like leave the track, Louise is way more filthier than I am. Like she will do anything and everything in her power to make sure like I can achieve what I can achieve. Like Dad and Trudy, Naomi, like it's everyone who comes and supports me. That like little core group that I have, where I know I can trust, and I know that everyone's trying to work for the same goal, and everyone knows their role. And yeah, it's a good time. I think sometimes I'm probably bad because I take it for granted sometimes because it's like a normality for me, but I think it's just yeah, it's having the right people around you, really, and all the people that are both happy to celebrate with you, but also humble you when you need it.
Yep.
Yeah, like Louise, Normie, and Dad, and definitely Naomi. They'll all tell me if I'm driving like a spud or like acting sort of out of character or wrongly, and yeah, everyone gets out of the car hot headed, and it's
Yep.
like, oh, it's like to see what he or her did and how they drove, and it's like, well, everyone will tell me, it's like, well, that was probably more inflicted by you, and so um, yeah, like the car's one thing, and having the speed's one thing. It's like just having the right people around you, and yeah, it's good. Like having Normie set the car up and stuff gives me the ability to think about the track and think about other things, and so yeah, it's just yeah. I think sometimes everyone's a bit too focused on the car,
Yep.
um, and when in actual fact there's so many other things like for a car and class it's so heavily governed by rules. Sometimes it's the mentality that probably takes a precedence over the cars if you're able to actually think about things. Like I'm still not great at it. I'm not going to sit here and preach that I'm good at it. But yeah, it's just a matter of Normie has definitely found something in the car and definitely found a feel that I like, but that all changes. Like it's all good for it to work at Warrnambool, but when we go to Perth, it's going to be completely changed. Like
Yeah.
Perth's nothing like we've raced before, and so it's it's just sometimes it's better to be like lucky than good.
All
Like
right.
because to
You
be
said
quite
it.
frank, Warrnambool could have went completely different if it didn't rain. Like the track crew did a great job to get it run,
Yeah.
but
True.
I was very lucky that went locked down on the bottom for the first few laps, and that sort of let me establish a rhythm. And then,
Yeah, but I don't think you can. I don't think you can bank it all on that, man. Like I think had the track been as it was or heading towards before that B main when it rained. Tell me again, how'd you go on the heats?
yeah,
Yeah,
well, yeah, yeah,
yeah. See, so yeah, yeah, forget that. All right, let's talk about Perth Motorplex. You never been there before. What are your thoughts?
I think it'd be good. It'd be interesting. Like I've watched a lot of videos, and it's it's a unique track in my opinion where it's so boring. It's technical. It's probably a really weird
I
take
don't
on
think
it.
I've heard that one, but okay,
It
yeah, yeah,
yeah, like you get this like we had this in speedway karting where there's some really big tracks
yep,
that shouldn't be that like it's not they won't be hard to drive, but like it's not like where you got to go and race on Lang and it's like a bull ring
yep,
and like there's so much going on. But then having the motorplex so big, it's going to require just as much like mental focus
yep.
and like technical like understanding. Like that's where I think all the WO drivers are going to have a massive leg up because there's nothing that replicates the
Well,
Perth motorplex over here.
that's my thoughts too. Like we don't have a track as big,
No,
as wide, with a big like those corners are long. They go forever.
yeah,
We
like
don't have any here.
North Line was. Again, I can't really comment because I haven't actually seen Perth Motorplex in person. But based on the videos, like Northline, I guess, sort of has a similar looking dirt. I guess,
Yep.
like it blows off, sort of goes slick. But then again, like Northline's like Warrnambool size,
Yeah.
and
That's
so that's like Perth Motorplex are like two Warrnamboos. It
yeah,
feels like.
massive,
Yeah,
massive.
and so it's really cool, and I hope it does put on good racing because like after watching like heaps, like the WA guys like turn it on. Like some of like the heat races and main events where like they're just like running 3, 4 wide maybe. Like you watch like John McKenzie throw a slider on someone and then Matt Iwanow just comes in from right of screen and
Yeah.
just like throws a slider on both of them, and it's like,
And it's like
um,
he knew he could do that from like 3 laps before. He was just biding his time. And that's the scary
yeah,
thing about it. Like the way they raced was just so calculated. I'm thinking, wow.
it's really cool to watch, and I'm super keen to be a part of it. And um, yeah, I guess actually Brett, I think it was Brett touched on it in your panel. Like it's going to be a bit different to home because if you were to throw sliders, you need to like drive up the
Yeah.
track. Like
Yep.
you need to like watching them drive. It's like just sort of different to what we have at home and stuff like that, and like on the East Coast. So I'm super keen, and I reckon like Perth Motorplex, great venue. Like it's a really good venue and event, and sort of I hope it's sort of ran like the Aussie title last year and publicized like the Aussie title last year, because like having a venue like that
Mm.
will do great things for our sport,
Yeah.
because that sort of, if people see wingless in our class in a venue or like facility like that, that's state of the art, has all the right things, all these cameras and drones and cool things, like that sets a really good precedence, and like I guess marketing foundation for like trying to attract corporate sponsors,
Yeah.
because it's sort of like we can like race on these tracks, and this sport is and can look just as good as any other premier motorsport category in Australia.
No, you're right there. And I mean, with the fact you got Wade Ornger behind it and everything we've seen lately, well, when you go even the Murray Bridge race, like he was always thinking outside the box there on the presentation and how to make it a wow factor. Then Archfield kicked it out, like just smashed it out of the park with Lismore with what they had available at the track there for the
They had a
driver.
tank or something.
Sorry?
They had a tank or
They had a
something.
tank, yeah. Hobson got to run around in a tank, but they had like that driver parade where the drivers walked through like the all the fireworks and the pyrotechnics and everything like that to walk down to the track, and they had the kids. Well, everyone, it wasn't just kids; it was adults as well, lined up doing all the high fives.
I seen
I
you
was
lined up there. It's all right.
say,
I seen you lined up there.
oh yeah, I was front and center, front and center. I
Yeah.
was ready to trip over everyone. No, but it was very good. And then I guess for me, Mildura, I don't know. I've said it numerous times on the show that I was so pumped and amped for something awesome, and I just didn't get it. And I was like, oh, but I'm with you on this one. Perth, you got a great promoter who's behind the event all the way. You got a great facility there. The way that AWSR is operating at the moment, it's going to be a mega event. I mean, me personally, I wish I was there, but unfortunately, due to work commitments, unable to get across. But it's going to be awesome. It's going to be something that I'm definitely glad that we've got. I don't know if it's Claverview or someone was the other day was saying like 7 Mate
Yeah.
or something.
No, I think it's Claverview. I got sent a link the other day.
There you
Yeah,
go.
I think it will be on Claverview. Don't know if it's on 7 Club.
I'm happy on Claverview. So I know you guys are going to be heading over. You're going to be trying to hit up the Wednesday practice.
Yes, we'll be there for We'll Pass Wednesday. They got wicked names.
I love it, eh?
Yeah, there was there was one show the other day. It was like a Wednesday show, and they called it like the Hump Day Hustle.
Hump Day Hustle. They had
Yeah,
midweek mayhem, something like
yeah.
that. Yeah, like I love what they do there. It's fantastic. And then I thought when I spoke with Kurt McCain, it was like $80, and then I saw a post come out today, and it was like $100 for practice, and I was like, wait, hang on, what? No, that shouldn't be right. And then it came out afterwards. No, free practice.
Yeah.
You're going to get a link. Get on it. Have fun. Get out there and hit the track. So I can't wait to see once wheels start turning. I think we'll try to work out the other night on the panel. Will people have transponders on? Because I'm trying to
Well,
work out.
you'd have to think so.
I'm trying to work out who can be our little spy over there, because we're all trying to do it. We're going to be grouping all the drivers in and having our little I don't know what you call it, little. I called it Brett. Where are you, buddy? I need you.
Dirt draft.
Dirt draft, yeah, I call it the sweepstakes, but either way, we're going to have that. So we've got some cool prizes for that. So anyway, it'd be interesting. We're all going to kick this off around the same time. But so your thoughts on the title? You're going to give it a red hot crack to try and get that one on, because you obviously want to keep it on there for the Des Nash Memorial. and then the
Yeah, I
WA
want to
title.
like I think we have it in us to do it. Absolutely, we'll be on the back foot going to the Motorplex, but like I think um like Normie and I have proved that we're able to sort of go to places and work it out. Like Goldman was one of them, and
Yep.
like Carrick and Hobart. Although we didn't get the end results, like we had some unreal heat races and stuff there, and definitely showed that we had speed everywhere we went. And so I'm sure Normie will dial in a setup, and yeah, everyone will be behind me, and so I just got to go out there and just do my thing, and it's really going to be what it's going to be. Like at the end of the day, I know that we're all trying to achieve the same thing, and yeah, we'll die trying, and I'd love to have the one on it for the WA title, so then we can actually close out the Aussie tour the way
Yeah.
it started, and it's just like a nice little end piece, but yeah, I'm sure everyone else has top of their agenda to beat me. So
Well, I mean, look, the way I saw it this year at the Australian title, last year, you had the Australian champion who was Jacob Jolly. We had the you had the NSW one who was also Jolly there. You had the V1, the NT1, the SA1. Like it was, you had all these state champions. This time we've only got 3 drivers who hold nearly every state title there is. All we're missing is the Tassie and the Queensland state champions. But yeah, I mean, you've got the big fight to keep that A1, but also you've got the other fight, which is to take West the W1.
that
Which
yeah, and that would be cool.
yeah,
Like yeah,
I don't think
going
it's ever
over
left the state. I could be
there.
wrong. I don't think it's ever left the state. I could be wrong.
Don't know. I know. Yeah. No, I
Um,
couldn't tell you.
yeah, I know the last time I had the Australian title there, obviously, Kyle Mock won it and brought it home to New South Wales. But yeah, besides that, I don't know. But
Yeah.
nevertheless, all right. So, what would you say you got? Well, what's your plans for next year? You don't know until you obviously finish off your Australian tour. But you got another
Uh,
Aussie tours on the cards?
probably not another Aussie tour. I don't think I can financially sustain it. Yeah, like it's a massive shout out to like everyone who's on this car, because like all these people are the reason I'm able to actually do it. And um I've been just super grateful that I've been able to actually live this sort of part of it. And I think we'll end up just sort of doing all the big shows, and Norm and I will just sort of choose what we want to go and do. And yeah, we'll still be here, there, and absolutely everywhere, but probably pick and choose the big long distance ones we do.
No, look, mate, you've done a huge effort, and it's funny when I speak to all the drivers and all the rest that I talk to throughout a weekly basis. Uh, you've done exactly what you set out to do, and that was put that A1 on tour. You've done it. You've given everyone the opportunity, every state, to race you. I I hope you've now set that precedence that whoever wins continues. Yeah, if you keep that A1, well, sorry, Lou, but you're going back on the road.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, so I think you've done a great job, mate. So well done to that. Well done to all your partners, the team, Normie. They've all done a great job there. Look, before I let you go, because I know you're going to be revved up, ready to rock and roll for this, but and you've got I love how you've presented yourself on the show tonight. But your sponsors, you want to thank your partners, because you definitely got a fair few of them to help you get around.
Yeah, so probably the biggest one at the moment, who's like doubled down and helped us, is Jason Gordon from 6D Car Rentals.
Yep.
It's really cool to have like a corporate name as sixth on the car, and I hope some other people have leveraged that to show that we can get corporate sponsors in the sport. I love Jason. He's just a diehard like race fan, and yeah, his whole family, his daughters do karting. It's really cool, and I love to hear when people are still doing dirt karting and stuff like that, because it's
Yeah.
definitely grassroots. And he's jumped on this year, but he's just been a long time sort of a long time supporter and follower of mine. So it's really cool. Jason, Emma, Marks from GBM Consulting, they've been on this car, like on the wingless, I think since the start or the second season of my wingless career, I think. And yeah, they've just gone bigger and better every year, and it's helped me to continually take my program to the next level and just try and get around and race all the big names and as many people as I can. James Transport for helping me get around this whole Aussie tour. Like, they've been a massive fuel partner, and it sort of makes my life easy. And I know it's definitely hard for them in this current climate for fuel prices and stuff like that. M1 Tires Mildura, Brian from BRB Developments, obviously Normie, Naomi, Brenton, Daryl, Norm from Warsaw Sharpening, and Norneo Show Horses. That's Naomi's business, and they've obviously continued to back me, and they'll forever be on my car while I've got one. And Amjon Solutions, so I work for them, and they've been kind of sort of helped me for the past few years, and also be okay with how much racing I do.
How much leave you take? Yeah.
Yeah. MG Electrical Services, which was really cool. They're an NT company, so it is actually really nice when you get to go away racing to all these different places and have local sponsors on the car. Sort of feels like you're able to sort of do something for that district while you're up there. It's not just like you're showcasing your own sponsors that are local. You can also sort of have companies that people at the track can relate to, which I feel like is really cool, because it brings more people to the track and to those companies, knowing that they support what people love. And Exposed Signage and Apparel, Manny and Trav. So ironically, been a big ordeal behind the scenes from like my side of the fence with trying to organize a design, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to release Aussie title merch, I think, this week.
Nice.
So that's probably a bit late, but anyway, Zilzy Wines, Tom and Andy from Auto Spiral Gear, they help me with all my odd bits and pieces in my engine program. Jamie Cobby from Ineta, the Swindell Bleeder, he's been a supporter of mine, and I really appreciate everything he's done for me. KCK Lubricants, Gordon from the Gateway, he's been a massive sponsor of the whole Wingless division, which is really cool to see. I'm really proud to have him on my car. Grandview Orchards, BK Racing, Verde Mildura, and then Wolf Shock. So Leon, who does all my shock packages, he helps me out, and he's been sorting my shock program ever since my second season, and he's definitely underrated and definitely goes above and beyond to help me on the track. And there's so many more people who are all individual people from behind the scenes that have put in little bits and pieces here. And the list is so long, and I want to go through it at the end of the season. It's probably not the time now, but yeah, there's a whole host of people that have made this possible, and I'm just proud and very grateful that they believe in me and are willing to help me do what I love, because a lot of the time it's not of much benefit to them.
Yeah. No, it's good the way you've handled yourself from the start of the year, or as soon as you won that A1. You were pushing for all these partners, and every week almost you came out with a new partner announcement. And hell, man, we spoke about it way back then, because I was like, dude, this is incredible. This is stuff people don't see. People just see the end result, which is a car that looks $1 million behind you with the one on it, up and down the highway, racing all these events, winning all these races, and they just think it's easy. But it's not. It's not easy at all. Like, you've
There's a
worked
lot of
so
no's along
hard.
the way.
Yeah, shitloads of no's. Like,
Yeah.
God. But mate,
it
hats
can
off
be
to you.
a little bit belittling, but yeah, there's the real people always prevail, and yeah, that's all you need to worry about. Worry about those who invest in you,
Absolutely.
and the rest will come.
Well, look, mate, I really hope you have the best of luck over there in the West. Definitely give it a red hot crack. I'll be watching. For those of you who wanted to know what the secret weapon that he put on his car when he started winning his state titles this year, it's a special little sticker. He might give it some love. Actually, I thought you removed it when I was watching the Victorian title. I thought, oh, he took it off, but no, I saw it.
No, it's still there.
Yeah, it's still there. Both are still there. I was quite happy about that. So that's good. That's good. But no, mate, thank you very much. Everyone there, Tyson Martin, I'll put down the social link. You can follow him on his tour as he goes over to the West for the next couple of weeks. And best of luck, mate, and hopefully we'll see you back here with a big smile on your face, maybe with the W1 as well as the A1.
Thanks, mate. Much appreciated. We'll give it a red hot crack.
Perfect. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.